let's go into Sweeney Todd for a minute.
All right.
I have a terrible confession to make. I did not finish watching it. I admired it, but it was like it was. I felt like I was overdosing on morbidity.
It's it is. I can see that.
But and I do think there's some things that were interesting in there.
Oh yeah.
Like at the beginning, when he's singing about his past, and you get the flashbacks.
Mm-hmm.
How jarring was that, going from like the dark present day to these like kind of goldeny flashbacks, and then what Sweeney Todd says about there was a young man who was naive, like that was interesting. Like I can't tell if Tim Burton thinks innocence is something to be protected, or if he's kind of contemptuous of it.
No. I think that's just the story. Like I watched it last night and I read up on it, and that I think it's one of his strongest films, definitely. And part of it is that he absolutely loves it. He absolutely loves that musical. He wanted so badly to bring it up. And by the way, Sam Mendes was working on adapting it before he left, and they gave it to Tim Burton, and he was going to cast Russell Crowe as Sweeney Todd. So we dodged a bullet.
We dodged a huge bullet.
That's a huge bullet.
But
I can't imagine that.
Oh, the horror. That's almost as bad an idea as casting Russell Crowe as Noah.
Yeah.
It was, but it's not just that he loved it, but he went to Stephen Sondheim, and he was like, he basically ran everything by him. Was like, does this work? Is this good? Will these casting choices work for you? And like the actors, Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter, both basically auditioned for Stephen Sondheim as well as Tim Burton. They sent Stephen Sondheim tapes of them singing, and he was like, yeah, this is good.
Is Sondheim the original playwright?
Yeah, he did the songs for it. And it's the perfect mash of style of Tim Burton's like gothic aesthetic with subject matter, with this morose, maybe not morose, but morbid black comedy and pitch dark drama, and it works really well.
I would say that's the iconic Tim Burton movie so far. I mean, he's all over the place on his spectrum, but if I were to pick just one Tim Burton movie, that's the movie to me that defines Tim Burton. Even more so than Pee-wee's Big Adventure and Batman.
It seems like
even more so than Planet of the Apes, because he did Planet of the Apes.
I skipped that.
Lest we forget.
That was a little too studio-ish for me. Plus, I'm a fan of the '60s version of Planet of the Apes, so I was very skeptical of it.
It seems like Sweeney Todd is maybe his darkest version of the Freak Among Weirdos storyline.
Yeah. I
mean, that's often the freak is very 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 good natured, very very benign, like much less scary than people perceive him to be. Sweeney Todd is kind of like the opposite. Like, you sympathize with him, but that doesn't make him not a psychopath either.
Yeah, like he lives in this world that's blighted by corruption and economic downturn and and disease and all this crap, and he's the one who looks at it and says, just flush it all down, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
And you sort of relate to his nihilism, because you see the world he lives in. It's like, yeah, if you lived there, you would want to just burn all down too.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. Yeah.
My suspicion is that he's a darker character than he lets on in his films, and another reason why I like Sweeney Todd is because it's a lot more unleashed in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose you could.
And there's a strange juxtaposition of it's like kind of a musical. It's fantastical, yet it's also very morbid.
It's operatic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's
literally.
and that's why like the thing about Johnny Depp in that movie is it's interesting because you go into a Johnny Depp movie and you expect him to be the big wacky guy wearing the silly hat.
Right,
But
right.
in this movie, he's so turned down. He's still compelling, and he's got the charisma that you're drawn in, that you want to watch him. But he's very muted and he's very morose. And it's when the songs pick up and he has to go big. He has to hit these big notes. He has to be theatrical. That you're scared of him.
Oh yeah.
Because that's like this is who he really is,
Right.
and it's not pretty.
Right.
No.
I mean, it is pretty because it's Johnny Depp, but it's not pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the demon barber.
Yeah.
He's got to live up to that title.
Yeah.
I can't recall ever seeing that kind of anger in a Johnny Depp performance. I mean, that was.
Which made it surprising because, before it ever came out, I mean, I was looking at it thinking, okay, Tim Burton movie, but I walked away feeling like, damn, he pushed the envelope here.
Oh yeah.
He pushed himself, and that's what made me sit up and notice.